Hello YouTube, this is the D.B.T Show, episode 89, part 2. Today I'm reviewing Pokemon Sapphire. Zach is also reviewing the game today. Say hello, Zach.
Hello, Zach.
Oh, for God's sakes. This is part 2. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, you've missed quite a bit, so please watch that before you watch this one. I've already covered the graphics, the multiplayer, the controls, the music, the gameplay, and some of the good stuff in part 1. So, if you haven't watched part 1 yet, please watch that so you can keep track of what me and Zach are saying. Now, if Zach's back on his brain, we can get going.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's pick where we left off. Now, me and Zach just finished took out the gyms. Now I'm going to talk about the new addition to the game, which is also, as well as the gyms, the Pokemon contest. Now, according to Zach, he's done more contests than I have, so I'm going to let him start off, and I'm going to do, say my experience. So, Zach, go.
Well, the contests were as followed. There was beauty, tough, cool, smart, and cute. And all of them had different effects on your different Pokemon. That's where the Pokeblocks came in to make your Pokemon either more cooler, beautiful, smarter, cuter, etc. Same with your moves. But in the contest, this was your chance to show your Pokemon off. And the better you did, the more combos you got. But the best bit I found about the contests were the combo moves. There was always the one combo I used with Swampert was dive and either surf or waterfall, and you got more appeal points. And the more appeal points you get, the better your Pokemon had a chance of winning.
Yeah, the Pokemon contest was very cool in this game. Although, can I just say one thing? The Pokemon contest in Pokemon Pearl version was actually sadly worse than this Pokemon contest. They overcomplicated it with touch pen and
with dancing, dressing your Pokemon up,
mini games, and it kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
So the old Pokemon contest, I felt, was actually better than the new one. Did you feel that too, Zach, or do you
It was
the
a lot easier than the new one because you didn't have to worry about dressing your Pokemon up or adding anything else.
And the dancing was kind of difficult as well.
I didn't have trouble with the dancing. It was the dressing up and the acting. Well, not the acting, but the dressing up.
Alright, next we're going to talk about the Pokemon League. The Pokemon League, as everybody knows, is the final challenge of every Pokemon game. It's not a very hard Pokemon League, but it's harder than Pokemon Silver's, but it's not harder than Pokemon Blue versions.
Ah, but there is another thing. In Emerald, that isn't the last challenge.
Well, I've never played Emerald, Zach, before, so
in Emerald,
you can
there's
explain
the
that
Battle
bit.
Tower.
Oh.
And there's also the, if you've ever watched Pokemon, well, the Pokemon series, there is an actual, I can't remember what it's called, Battle Frontier, that's it. That was on Emerald as well. And that's where you had to go around, beat each Pokemon, and do all the stuff, and it was difficult.
So Emerald, after Pokemon League, had some more stuff. Well, I've never played Emerald. My sister's played it, and obviously Zach's played it, but I haven't. It does sound like a lot better game, but I was never really that compelled to buy it.
And if my memory does serve me, you do get the Battle Tower as well in Ruby and Sapphire.
Alright, well. Did you think the Pokemon League was hard, Zach?
Yeah, it was actually quite difficult. Especially the first one when you first do it. But when you get better, you learn their patterns, their attacks and strategies, and you beat them easier. I
found myself using Kyogre for most of the Pokemon League. You know, that was my... Apart from Sceptile, he was my main Pokemon.
No, I didn't use Groudon whenever I had Ruby. The main Pokemon I used all the time was Swampert, and he just ended up being level 100 and carrying the whole team throughout it all.
Swampert sounds overworked.
He was.
Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is TMs and HMs, which is a special item you can get so you can learn moves, so you can teach your Pokemon new moves without them having to learn them, or you can teach them old moves if you
Yep.
Want.
HM stands for hidden move, and TM stands for technical move.
I never knew that. The HM you get in the game, you get cut, flight, surf, strength, flash, rock smash, waterfall, dive, and that's it. There's 8 HMs in all. Oops.
Yep, and all of the HMs are infinite.
Where the TMs, they only, you can only use them once.
Well, you can only use them for the amount that you have.
Yeah. You can also buy certain TMs, and you also obtain TMs from beating gym leaders. And you can also use Explode if you wish.
Yeah, or you could talk to random people and they give you them.
Yeah. Now that's all the good stuff for me as I can think about. Let's go to the bad stuff. Come on, Zach, come on over. Now, do you want to do your bad stuff first, or will I do my bad stuff first?
You go first.
Well, I didn't really. It was basically a bit faulty Pokemon Sapphire version when I wrote this review. I only really found one problem with, and that was the starter Pokemon. The starter Pokemon in this game were a bit of a disappointment. Trico only had 2 good grass moves. Leaf Blade, you only got 15 of them, and Solar Beam, you only got 10 of them. And the one that you found you was using the most was the Leaf Blade, and it was very annoying when you ran out. So if you found any PP ups, you had to basically give them to Trico most of the time. Now my sister chose Blaziken, and she found that didn't really learn that many good fire moves. But the best Pokemon, as far as me, Zach and Dana were concerned, was actually Swampert, the one that Zach chose.
Yep. Love water Pokemon for the start.
So, but other than that, there was no other bad stuff. Now that will say his bad stuff.
Yep, kind of agree with David. I'll steal his seat. Yeah, I kind of agree with David with the starter Pokemon because it does actually suck. But the main problem I found was the always constant random battles. If you wanted to travel somewhere and there was a big patch of grass, you found yourself either using cut all the time to cut through the grass, or just walking on through it, battling and running. That was extremely annoying for me.
Zach, you forgot about the repel sprays. You could always use them.
No one wants to waste their money on repel. You always want to fight Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls. All the balls you can.
Oh, alright.
But no, I give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay. Well, my rating is a 3.5. I get an extra 0.5 for reasons that I can't, for other reasons. So Zach gives it a 3, I get a 3.5. Is it worth buying?
Yes.
Zach says
definitely.
yes. I suppose so. Now, my next review will be Star Fox Command. Until then, sayonara.
Goodbye.